day one started, which is going to be chest and back with the 100 pull-up challenge, 10 sets of 10 reps. We haven't really showed this in any of our videos in the past, but this is one of me and Brandon's favorites. We haven't done it for a while, but we used to start off every chest and back workout with 10 sets of 10 reps of pull-ups. It'll kick your ass right from the very beginning. Might take a little while to warm up to that many reps, so if you can't do it, don't worry, but if you can, hell yeah, Buff Dudes approved. You still with us? You survived that 10 sets of 10? Well, if you are, then we're moving on to single arm dumbbell rows. 4 sets, 12 reps each side. Some of you may be wondering, do I do all these 3 days in a row? Do I do these every other day? Do I do this on Monday through Wednesday? You know, that's really up for you to decide, because this split is really for those who don't have a lot of free time. So as long as you can try your best to get this done some point within the 7 days of the week, then you'll be good to go. As you can see, we only have a 50-pound dumbbell. Really, that's the heaviest dumbbells we have. We're still utilizing them. If you find yourself with weight that doesn't really tend to stress the muscle like you want it to, it's not as heavy as you want it to, just slow down the tempo. Tempo control can be a very important thing to make a weight seem a lot heavier than it actually is. And you really focus on the eccentric contraction too, so really the negative portion of the lift, and that's really gonna kind of help have those micro tears in the muscle itself to promote more growth. So just slow it down a little bit, concentrate on that perfect form, and the lightweight becomes quite a bit heavier than it really should be. Typically we do face pulls with a cable. We don't have cables here, so we're doing it with a barbell. As you can see, this is a variation of a face pull. Barbell face pulls works excellent for the upper back muscles. Yes, it'll hit rear deltoids and the traps quite a bit, but those are part of the upper back, so it gives you that nice thick look to your back. And we're doing 4 sets of 12 repetitions. Make you thick, solid, tight, like us. It's rush hour, it's 5 o'clock. You can see it's getting a little darker due to the time change, time falling back. But that's one of the great things about having your own home gym. As you can see, not much of a rush hour around here, other than some of the flies and mosquitoes. Bastard. Want some of that pump. They can smell the palm. What we do is cross bench allows your hips to dip lower, creates a lot more stretch in your lats. So keep those hips low, reach all the way back, take a deep breath inside your thorax and kind of expand your chest. Get a nice deep stretch, and then exhale as you bring it to the top position. And that's our favorite style of pullover, the cross bench pullover. And we're doing 3 sets of 15 reps. As you can see, Hudson's performing the alternating dumbbell press. And you're not starting the dumbbells at the bottom position, you're actually starting at the top position. And this is really gonna work on some isometric hold as you bring one side down and the eccentric contraction and then concentric contraction to bring it back up to the top position, and you're gonna hold it there as you perform the next side. So you get the alternation in there, but you also get some isometric hold as well as the eccentric and concentric. So there's a lot going on in this exercise. Take it nice and slow, tempo, and always practice that good form. Incline dumbbell press, wide to close, 10 reps. That's gonna be 10 reps on each variation. So close, wide, 1, close, wide, 2, so on and so forth until you get to 10. It's getting a little dark out, it's getting a little scary. You've seen our Evil Dead Brownies episode. You know how we get when darkness falls. So we're performing the underhand press. This is really gonna be focusing on the clavicular portion of the chest, which is part of the clavicle, connects in there, it's the upper chest. And it's also gonna hit the triceps and front delts like most pressing does. And we're gonna be supersetting with some underhand flies, which is an isolation exercise, which also focuses on the clavicular portion of the chest, the upper chest. Where's the dumbbells? We got a superset going on here. We gotta find that lighting, damn it.
Yeah, where's the light?
So we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be doing 3 sets of 12 reps each.
And again, superset, so you go from one right into the other without any rest whatsoever. And then you have about 60 to 90 seconds of rest in between the supersets. And it all depends on how long your workout partner takes. Thankfully, we're pretty quick. Hudson's he's a fast presser.
I'm a 12 pump chump. Oh yeah. I shouldn't be admitting that, but I am. Workout wise anyways. Ladies. All right, that wraps up day number 1. We're gonna be out of town these next 2 days. We're actually traveling to Boulder, Colorado. We're gonna be part of a YouTube event. We're gonna be talking to other creators, doing a little bit of emotional, it does get a little emotional, but motivational speaking in order to, help other creators out, kind of like give back a little, maybe offer them some tips, something that they may not have heard before. And hey, hopefully in the process, we learn some things as well. We always do. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. But we're still gonna be getting these workouts in. So see you for day 2 and 3. Do it now.
Yeah. We're starting this workout off with the goblet squats. Obviously we don't have a squat rack here, so goblet squat's a perfect alternative. Just grab a dumbbell, hold it right under the chin, and do some nice deep squats. Perfect exercise for either warm-up mobility, but in this case, it's a great exercise to start off the workout. And after the goblet squats, we are moving on to the split squat. So another compound movement, but this is more unilateral. So one leg is going to be doing most of the work, the leading leg. You're just doing a split squat, so it's not like a walking lunge, it's static. You're just going up and down, pushing through one leg. And the other one that's located behind you is gonna be more the stability leg, although you'll still feel, or could feel, a little stretch in the quad in the leg that's leading behind you. So it's just gonna be 10 reps on each leg on that one. The first goblet squat's gonna be 5 sets of 15. The dumbbell here only goes up to 50 pounds, so we're keeping it a little bit lighter. We're increasing the repetitions on this one, but feel free to go heavier and lighter in the reps if you'd like. We're doing 5 sets though on the first exercise, which is the goblet squats. Next one, the split squats, are gonna be 4 sets of 10 reps each leg. And then we're gonna be moving on to the isolation exercise, which is gonna be the cable Romanian deadlift. If you don't have a cable, you can always alternate or do a different exercise with just the dumbbell. So you can use the dumbbell instead of the cable. Very easy switch out for that one. Keeping it somewhat light, it's gonna depend on a lot of balance in this one. It is a unilateral exercise, so really concentrate on one leg independent from the next. Really focus on the stretch and keep that core nice and tight to help stabilize you. The ankle is gonna be using a lot of stability as well, so you won't fall over. So kind of start light, get the feel for the form, and then progress up from there. And that's gonna be 4 sets of 12 reps, supersetted with the sissy squat, which this one is an isolation exercise for the quad. So we're in this hotel gym. We don't have an extension machine, which we usually do for isolating the quadriceps. So in this case, we're gonna be doing sissy squats, and that's gonna be 4 sets of 12 reps as well. Once we're done with that, we're gonna be doing the dumbbell swings or kettlebell swings. Of course, in this gym, there's no kettlebell, so we're just substituting it with a dumbbell. And this one is really gonna be working on the hip strength. So you're really thrusting forward. It's not really, don't think of it like you're doing a shoulder raise. As you can tell, we're swinging the dumbbell upwards. The anterior delts will be worked a little bit, but it's mainly causing a lot of force through the hips to create that momentum to get the dumbbell up to the top position. And then you're decelerating the weight as you bring it down right into the crotch area. Just be careful so you don't knock yourself out in that case. But really bending the hips, flexing the hips to get in position and really thrust it forward to create that momentum in the dumbbell, and then decelerate the weight as you come back down right in the beginning position again. Great exercise for really powering the hips and the glutes. And that is gonna be 4 sets of 15 reps. And yeah, if you're listening to us talk and we're out of breath and panting, it's because we're in Boulder, Colorado, a mile higher than we're normally used to. So the oxygen's a little bit thinner here, so it's kind of hard to catch your breath, but we really want to make sure we're being careful on those dumbbell swings as well. Like Brandon said, you got to protect those family jewels, the buff babies and all that. Future buff babies.
Exactly, you smash those things and there will be no buff babies.
You're in a world of hurt.
And I have this nice fancy gym towel as well to keep the sweat off me. As Brandon was saying, we're a mile high elevation. Get a little bit more winded than we usually do. Again, switching up a little bit. Don't have a calf raise machine, as you can see. We're just using the cable machine. If you don't have a cable machine available, just go ahead and use some dumbbells. Can't forget those calves. So the cable calf raises here, it's a unilateral exercise, meaning we're just concentrating on one side and then the next. And it's also really just concentrating on the plantar flexion, more the top position. Since we don't have a board to stand on or anything to elevate our
our feet so the heel can come down further than just parallel for more of the dorsiflexion. Really just focusing on more of the upper half of the exercise, getting a nice squeeze and full contraction in the top position before letting it down to the bottom position on the floor level. And we're gonna be doing 4 sets of 12 reps.
In addition to this being a 3-day weekly workout split, as you can see, we're not in our typical gym location. We've been working out from home for the past couple weeks, but we're actually in a hotel. So this is also great if you find yourself in similar circumstances. If you're at a hotel, you know, if you're at like a smaller community college, you know, anywhere where there's not a big variety of weights. As you can see, we're switching up a little bit today. We're doing like, switching it up like this, you know, it's not really muscle confusion as some people say, but what is good about this and what me and Brandon do like doing is we like switching it up simply to keep it fresh. Doing the same exercises over and over and over again can get a little boring. You can feel like maybe you're stuck in a rut. It's just very new, and me and Brandon find ourselves being pushed. Even though today we're not using a lot of weights, it's still kicking our ass just because these are exercises we don't do all the time, and you'll find yourself in the same position. If you're not used to doing an exercise, you're gonna feel like it pushes you much harder than it normally might. All right, that wraps up the 3-day weekly workout split. Hope you dudes and girls enjoyed it. We've done cardio and abs the prior 2 days. This one, we're ending it with a nice jump in the pool. Hell yeah. Till next time, stay buff. Oh yeah. Feels good.